Well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike and T-Roy. Big E is in the house. What up, Big E?
What's up?
How are you, pal? You look
Great.
like an idiot.
Ready to go.
Yeah, I can tell you're
If
back
I
on
was
the
going,
bandwagon.
I got to tell you, I'm not, the tickets ended up being, I actually looked into it. Tickets were rather expensive, and I'm trying to save up so much money. But if I was going, this would have been a return to the face paint situation.
Oh, I know.
The face paint would have came back if I went
How expensive was it?
hundreds. I mean,
Couple hundred?
yeah, I just can't right now. But
Yeah, you can. If $200 is going to sink your year-long trip,
it
you've got
is.
more problems
Everything's
than you know.
everything's down to the penny right now. So no, I just can't, because then you got to remember it's time I don't work.
But these are like once-in-a-lifetime events.
I understand.
Hopefully not. but-
Hopefully not.
Well,
it's just a big
but
time.
It's been since 2011. They haven't been once.
If for some reason
We're
this
talking about Michigan in the Big Ten championship game. Obviously, if
Right,
you're not
right.
watching this and just listening, he is wearing a Michigan hat, a Michigan sweatshirt,
Head to toe.
He's wearing Michigan pants.
Right.
The guy that had sworn off this regime, this whole fucking
I'm back.
this
Right back on the
franchise.
wagon.
He's
I'm back.
right back on the wagon.
I'm back.
All they had to do was get into a championship
Yeah,
game. and
that's all.
He's
Win a
a
fucking-
super fan overnight.
Win a real game in 20 years. I don't know.
So help me, Eases, if you jinx this fucking game by jumping back on the bandwagon, not before the Ohio State game, but for the Big Ten championship, actually, after they've cleared the toughest hurdle they've had in a decade, now you get
Right.
back on the bandwagon. If this game is jinxed,
Actually-
you're going to get a punch in the face next time you walk
I
in
will
there.
say this. I was partially on the wagon until they lost to State. And how they lost to State is what got me to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck these guys. They were up by 14 or 16 in the fourth. So if they had, I was on going into the State game. And then they had that loss, and I just thought, fuck this again. And even
Yeah.
Penn State, listen, if people were honest, even Penn State, yeah, they won, but it took them getting a touchdown in the last drive. They didn't blow Penn State out.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, if this was not the Big Ten title game, if for some reason in my life timeline this was the first playoff game in Indy, I would have gone for sure. It is just the Big Ten title game.
Yeah.
You really should be there more often than 1 in 10 if you're
Yeah,
Michigan.
no, I know.
So,
How you doing, T?
Fabulous. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Feel much better. Sorry about yesterday. I know we talked about doing a show yesterday. I had to go back to the dentist because they had to do the fitting for. They're doing it one at a time because there's 2 crowns, and so they had to do a fitting for one. But they had to re-numb me up, and I went late in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's tough
By
to
the
get
time
into
I got home, I
game
was
shape.
a fan of the opera. I mean, I felt like the fan of the opera with the mask on. I
Yeah.
mean, my whole half of my face was numbed up until late last night. So
but I mean,
I did
this
make a
is good
post
news.
about it.
Like I'm not. If I went at some dentistry that was more on the serious end, or not serious end, but more than just a cleaning, even for a cleaning, maybe that's where I should be going. Like where
Yeah.
you're going, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like what did he say? $200 for the crown or something?
Oh
or?
no! A listener
Again.
ended up coming.
Okay, yeah,
Again, he doesn't. pay attention.
Hooked me up with a dentist and helped cover it, and yeah, went above him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought, wow, it's that big of a savings? I'm
Yeah.
just gonna roll in, dude.
No. But it was good. So anyway, that's why we didn't end up doing a show last night.
When you mentioned, and by the way, before I say this, I should say #Hail, of course. But as me being a super fan. But no, when you mentioned the face being numb, dude, I went to I had to do an eye thing recently, and they dilated my pupils.
Yeah.
And I hadn't had that happen in a long time. And on Curb Your Enthusiasm that week, I don't know if you saw this episode, but
Yeah.
Larry went, right? She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh," no, but she's like, I'm going to
I
dilate.
hate that setup to do the fucking bit.
I agree. I get you,
know,
but
it's too whatever.
I get you. But anyway, on that show, this is so ridiculous how I am. She says, oh, we dilated your pupils, so it'll be crazy for about, half hour. Well, I had mine dilated, and I went, okay, and I went and sat in my car, and I'm like,
Did you spill coffee on a Klansman?
no, I did not. But I'm sitting in my car, and it's like 40 minutes, still looking kind of crazy. And I finally walk back in, I'm like, so they dilated my pupils. It's been 40 minutes. How long does this take? She's like, oh no, that could be 2-4 hours before they go back to normal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no one said anything to me, by the way. She didn't say.
Did
when
they
I
give you those big granny glasses and
Well,
send you home?
then when I walked back in, the lady gave me some little plastic kind of things to go over my glasses or in my whatever.
That fixed it?
to help. It helped because the sun was so bright. So, yeah, to drive home. But she didn't say anything to me. I hadn't had it done in a long time, and I was sitting in my car for 40 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, boy, what's fucking wrong with me, dude?
It takes a while.
No, it was all because of that Curb, dude. I heard on Curb she did a half hour, so I said, damn, it's been 40 minutes, dude.
Don't go to Curb Your Enthusiasm for your medical.
Generally not a good source.
That's what TV is my doctor usually, to be honest with you. So
That's
Hey,
terrifying.
that's my system.
I'm working on getting Ted Nugent on next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Deadly
He's-
Tedley.
Deadly Tedley. Ted's awesome. He's so much fun to talk to. He's got a new album coming out, and he was actually on Rogan the other day, and he mentioned that Gunnar Ross had died. And I didn't even know that. It's just a couple days ago Gunnar did, and he had a short battle with some illness and then passed away. He was, for those that don't know, Gunnar Ross is from, I believe, Monroe, Michigan. Absolute thunderous drummer, right? He's the guy that played on Fred Bear.
Yeah.
In one take, did Fred Bear the drums. I mean, it's just it's one of my favorite drum parts ever.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. Years ago, I went over to Gunnar's house, and he still lived locally, east side, maybe Monroe. I can't remember exactly, but he had a detached garage out back, small little place, and he built a studio back there that he was working with. And he's like, dude, you got to check this out. And go back there, and he's got like a drum riser in the middle of his garage with his Ted Nugent fucking full drum kit set up in there that he recorded like Fred Bear with, and he was banging away on it. It was like,
Badass.
oh my God, this dude's just a monster.
Well, that's sad.
So
I
yeah,
didn't hear that he passed.
I was
That's
really
tragic.
fucking bummed to hear that he passed. So I was texting today with Linda, who I've gone toe to toe with over the years. She gets so mad at me because I could text Ted directly. Ooh, big shot.
Yeah.
But over the years we used to have him on all the time, and so Linda would. Like if we had something that was like, oh, we need Ted Nugent on the phone immediately, I would just call Ted.
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey, we'd throw him on the air, and then I could count to the minute. Like an hour later, Linda would be on the phone. Mike, what the fuck is wrong with you? If you want to talk to Ted, you can always talk to Ted. Just go through me. I do his PR. You've known this for. I'm like, Linda, I totally forgot. I must have told her for 20 years. I totally forgot. Linda,
My bad.
my bad. So now I've been much more respectful the last couple times. He's been on the Detroit cast and stuff, and I text Linda and go the right route.
Go
now.
through the proper
he
protocol.
be-
I've
here to
grown up. I've grown up a little bit.
Is he
so.
coming on to talk about Biden or like his defense of Biden or?
Oh yeah, probably do a ton of that.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
A ton of that. Big fan of Kamala Harris.
That's what I figured. That's,
Kamala Harris, however the fuck you say her name. Anyway, he's got a new album coming out, so he's really fucking busy. So Linda was
Promoting.
like, email me sometimes at work and let me see what I can figure out to slip you in there because he's just, you can imagine how booked up he is right
Yeah,
now.
I bet.
So, but yeah,
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and I was like, I kind of want to talk to him about Gunnar, and hearing him talk about Gunnar is very cool. How when Fred Bear died, a famous bow hunter from middle of the state, Grayling or something, Michigan, and Ted wrote that song, which is an anthem. Fred Bear is an anthem for hunters around the world.
One of the greatest songs ever written, in my opinion.
Yeah. And he, he gets welled up telling the story about, waking up one morning and just that was coming out of him and calling his guys, going book studio time. And they went to Pearl Sound that our boy Chuck owns now down in Canton. And went in there and I think his bass player and I know Gunnar, I think he said they did that in one take.
Oh, shit.
Like they felt the energy that Ted had in that moment and then just ripped that fucking thing off. It's one of my favorite drum parts ever.
Yeah.
It's one of my, of like all drummers, that Gunnar Ross part in Fred Bear is a fucking thunderous part.
No doubt.
And I'm glad that I got to tell Gunnar that to his face, and see that kit with the fucking lion stripes, tiger stripes, whatever it was, black and white stripes from whatever tour they had done, and he still had it all set up years later, and it's fucking badass. So hopefully, if things go well, we'll get Ted on, and he's a lot of fun.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if you've ever talked to him, but
Not personally, no.
yeah,
I'm not big
you'll
stuff
love him.
like you guys, but
No, you'll love him. Ted's one of those guys like, hey Ted, how's it going? And then you can just kick back and turn your mics off. Just if you're not careful, you can just let Ted go for 2 hours.
Yeah.
He'll just roll with it. But yeah, so we'll look forward to that. Hopefully, we can piece that together for everybody. He's been on before. So, the school shooter, the 15-year-old punk ass, Oxford High, his parents are now on the run.
I saw that. Oof. That's not a good look.
Dude, how far do you think you're going to get?
I know.
Like, really? Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I wasn't sure that they were going to bring charges. I don't know all the details on how that works, and there's had to be some negligence involved there somehow. But
it's pretty damning.
yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty damning. But you know what?
I heard they took out like $4,000. Where are you going? Kalahari?
Yeah, I guess you could shoot for a border. You could try to get into
guess.
Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, the border's wide open. I'm sure you can sneak past somewhere. But you know,
Probably harder going that way than this way.
right, right. Although didn't Biden just re-implement Trump's Remain in Mexico thing? His super racist. Oh my God.
Xenophobe.
Yeah, I mean, he basically won an election based on false bullshit regarding COVID and how he was going to save the world from COVID. He's killing with that. I mean, more people have died under Biden than did under Trump in those years. And he got a head start with 3 fucking vaccines
And open our borders.
monoclonal antibodies. Yeah, so the borders thing, you know, all that. But so yeah, the Remain in Mexico policy is back on. So
Okay.
I wonder how. Not that these people have to answer for anything they do. They're just full of shit every day, and who cares?
It's just funny watching the hypocrisy
Shameful.
of it come back around. They sit there and just shame him. And
Well, I don't think they even talk about it, though, right? Am I wrong?
No,
As
not
far-
really.
Like that coming back.
Fox News
they,
will.
Well, they will, but the
Yeah.
others just won't even mention
No,
it. It
of course
happened.
not.
I mean,
and they'll-
so
if they do, they'll justify it
Yeah.
on why it's okay now, but it wasn't okay then.
Right. Kids in cages is another good example.
Yeah, sure.
You know, when you pointed out, yeah, those photos were from 2014 AP photos or Reuters photos from the Obama administration, the ones that they used to tag Trump with. It was like, okay, well, the fact is those were either AP or Reuters. I can't remember, but that's when those photos were taken. Those cages were set up by Biden and Obama. I mean, they were still used during Trump. He stopped it or tried to stop it or something. I thought they halted that or altered that. It's now worse than ever. Now we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Yep.
It's way worse. So you see 1,000 fucking kids laying in these cages with those fucking aluminum foil blankets or whatever, tin foil blankets. And no one covers that.
Nope.
No one covers it. Can't get AOC down there for a photo op.
They're doing the best they can.
Yeah,
Aren't they?
sure.
and
Yeah,
the
they're
czar.
killing it.
What about the czar, the border czar?
Oh, is that
Kamala Harris
Oh, yeah.
herself?
She's never been there, but she's the czar.
She doesn't have to go to Europe to know what Europe looks like, Mike. That's what she said.
I've never been to Europe either.
Okay.
I would think, really? You're the vice president of America? You've never been to fucking Europe? Seems a little odd. Anyway, going back to the parents of Ethan Crumbley and how far they're going to get.
Yeah.
I guess they got a couple-hour head start. There's been a bolo out on them. Be on the lookout. So if anyone's out there and knows the parents, let people know. They're looking for Mr. and Mrs. Crumbley. Anyway, the police have issued this bolo, dispatched fugitive teams to search for James and Jennifer, and who were charged Friday with 4 counts of involuntary
What do they
manslaughter.
think? I can't get over it. Where do they think they're gonna go? This isn't like it isn't like even like a person who kind of robbed a bank, maybe, and maybe people don't really know who they are. They're just like, they were in this car, in this air. I mean, these are main faces on the news. Their son and killed these people
Yeah.
or
I
whatever.
mean, they're in their car. They just left their house,
Right,
their
right.
jobs,
Yeah.
their kids. I don't know if
mean-
he's the only kid or not, but I mean, they just up and go.
Did they just go to a buddy's house? I'm like, dude, can we hang out in your basement?
Maybe
till
they had to
this
figure some
blows
stuff
over?
out. Maybe they had to, I don't know.
Maybe they had a plan.
Maybe they had to destroy
they had
some evidence or something. I don't know.
They had they
just
had
need a little
until
time.
4 p.m. to turn themselves in. The charges carry a sentence of 15 years. I would think involuntary manslaughter, 4 charges that would carry more than 15 years.
I would not expect them to. I don't know what it should carry. I would say this: whether they should get jail time or not, I don't know. But if they do, I don't think. I mean, they should be, 15 years. I mean, people who have done the act, ran into a car drunk driving, have gotten less. I mean,
It'd be interesting to see what level they were involved in this and what
Yeah, I
evidence
get it.
they have
It
against it.
sounds like sheer negligence
Yeah.
that you should have seen by being this negligent that this was going to be the outcome. And I'll tell you some things because they had a press conference and kind of let some details about what they know. And it's funny, Michael Bouchard, the sheriff, was talking to the press and got a call from their attorney, the Crumbley's attorney. It was like, they've stopped returning calls. And so it was like, oh, shit.
and that's from
So they
their
won't,
guy.
their lawyer's like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Mike.
The guy who, by the way,
They're not returning calls anymore. Like,
You promised to bring them in. Don't
Bad
worry.
sign.
If
Right.
there's a warrant,
No.
they'll bring them in. Yeah, they're not.
by
'Cause you
4
could-
p.m. I
calls.
want them in here by 4 p.m. He calls them at noon. Like, yeah, they're not returning calls anymore.
I have a question, by the way. Has T. Roy? I didn't hear, but has T. Roy weighed in on whether these were shitty parents or not yet? Or
I don't know that he
little bit.
has.
Not officially. I don't have a whole lot of information on this.
Wow, here we look at this. You're just really easy on the parents here.
Oh, hey,
Well, they're white
a kid
kids.
does something
They're
wrong.
white
It doesn't
kid system.
automatically make the
I
parents
know,
shit.
I'm just-
That's my point.
I'm just messing because
These
that one
ones
guy in
sound
Chicago.
pretty shit.
But this could be a case for.
I just wondered what
shit-ass
this-
parents.
I mean, yeah.
No doubt.
Where the line draws.
Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard said, "If they think they're going to get away, they're not." And this is so far from a local story at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Said we have a host of detectives as well as the FBI and the U.S. Marshal Service all looking for
Dude,
them.
and not just that, but I mean, I'm not trying to make it a racing, but Mike's right. Like, these are white parents whose white kid shops them. There is not one person who's gonna like be on their side. Like, nobody's gonna be on their side. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna not try to catch these people? Like,
Friends, people.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't know.
Family would hide 'em.
It's such a hot story. I mean, this is international news. This isn't even just local or even national news. It's international.
but this isn't like maybe if Michael Brown had gotten away, where some people are like, you know, fuck that, fuck the police.
Oh yeah,
geez.
Michael
I'm saying
Brown.
this is a
Michael
situation
Brown could
where,
have
like,
gotten cover in every other house
Right.
in Ferguson, Missouri.
But like these people, there ain't nobody other than maybe their family, I suppose, gonna be like, hey, yeah, don't worry, I got your side on this.
well, they
you
had
know?
another son, Ethan's brother.
Oh well.
who didn't get along with this was his stepmom. So they had the same dad. And then he got remarried, didn't get along with his stepmom. So he moved back in with his real mom in Florida.
Okay.
And so I think he's down in Florida. I don't
Gotcha.
think he has much contact.
What a
But he said
situation for
Ethan
him.
was not depressed. He wasn't bullied as far as he knew. He was a good kid, happy kid. He would go to school. He got good grades. He would come home. He
Isn't that what they
loved
always say, though?
Minecraft.
Never saw this coming.
Yeah.
But it sounds like on this, I mean, I didn't hear it, but from what Mike's saying, though, this sounds like really, like, I know you said they all say that, but like he's talking about not even getting bullied. Like that's,
Yeah,
there's always
that's what the brothers say.
Right.
Now, you know, he's
Maybe he
in
did, though.
Florida, but he said, you know, hell, I just, you know, you want something where you're like, you know what, the kid had a mental condition, probably didn't handle it the best we could, not a lot of resources, and this was the outcome. You know,
Certainly a mental
Adam,
retardation would
Adam
be,
Lanza. Adam Lanza. It's not mental retardation.
I know,
dummy,
I
but
know.
Adam Lanza had clear-cut issues. Like you could see Adam Lanza, and it's like, yeah, that fucking weirdo went into the school and shot up a bunch of kindergartners. With this kid, you know, you're looking for those things like he killed animals, he was a fucking outcast, he lived in the woods shooting guns.
Yep.
You know, but it doesn't sound like that was necessarily what was going on, according to his brother. So
Yeah, but what do you really know? How much do you really share?
That
with
is the
stuff,
true thing.
too?
Like, I never
Yeah.
talked to my sister for the most part. Like, since high school, I've mentioned, I didn't have things so easy at
But at
times.
the time,
but
especially when stuff's going on.
Yeah, I
she's
didn't
still
go to
married,
my-
by the way.
what's up?
She's still married.
Yeah, from what I know.
Yeah.
From as far as I know.
Great tits, T. I don't know if you've seen her.
Not in a while. Yeah.
You were saying, E?
I'm just saying, I never, like to T. Roy's point there, like, you never, like, you don't necessarily go to your brother and be like, yeah, I'm getting bullied. Like, sometimes if you're getting bullied, you don't like to tell too many people about it for the most part. So I can understand. You're right. He could have been not bullied or been getting bullied, not tell
Letting
his
that
brother.
shit fester up.
Yeah.
Till it
So-
exploded.
The prosecutor, Karen McDonald, alleges that the parents ignored multiple warning signs, refused to take their son out of school just days before the shooting took place. Jennifer, the mom, bragged on social media about going out with Ethan to test his Christmas present. That gun was for Ethan.
Yeah, I heard that.
That 9mm. I thought is that illegal on its face? I thought a kid at 15 can't own a handgun.
I'm not sure.
Well, the
but
parent could just buy it and kind of say this, right? I don't know gun.
I don't
rules,
know
I
that-
think
yeah, I
it's
don't-
illegal. I thought I was under the impression that it was illegal
Well, no,
for a
but-
child to own a.
but he wouldn't own it if the parents just bought a gun under
They're
their
calling
name.
it
under-
his Christmas gift.
Yeah, they was.
But they
bought
could. But you could say, symbolically, like, "Oh, this is yours," but really, he doesn't own it technically. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Well,
I don't know how that
potato,
works.
potato, I guess. But
Yeah.
if it's
So-
his, it's his. I mean,
yeah, and you're posting pictures like, "Hey, mom
not
and
allowed
son
to-
going out to
not
test
allowed
out
to
his-"
have it, or you're allowed to shoot it.
How did? That's not how Santa works, by the way. Like, you can't fucking sit there.
I know.
Getting for real. Like, what is the point? We're weeks away. You can't. The ranges aren't open in January. You can't go and fucking.
It was one day after he purchased the gun too. Like that kid
Christ.
couldn't wait to get his hands on that gun. The prosecutor, Karen McDonald, revealed stunning new details leading up to the shooting that took place Tuesday, including that Jennifer texted her son about 30 minutes after the rampage saying, "Ethan, don't do it." And her husband, James, called 911 to report
Jesus Christ.
that, my gun, a 9mm Sig Sauer SP 2022, was missing and that Ethan was likely the shooter.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Prosecutor revealed that James bought the murder weapon from a retailer with his son there on November 26. He stored the handgun in an unlocked drawer in his bedroom. The next day, Jennifer posted about the Christmas present to Instagram. Mom and son day testing out his new Xmas present with a picture of the gun. Less than a week before the gun was purchased, McDonald said a teacher at Oxford High observed Ethan searching ammunition on his cell during class, reported it. Jennifer was contacted by the school, and officials followed up with an email but received no response. The mother later exchanged texts with their son on that day stating, LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn how to not get caught. So these are some of the details.
Yeah.
Where it's
Well,
like,
I think that's a little more of like on your phone in school would be my guess of
yeah.
not like, don't let them know you're looking for the ammo.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
On the morning of the shooting, a teacher found a chilling note on Ethan's desk, which featured drawings depicting a semi-automatic gun, a bullet, a shooting victim, and a laughing emoji. The note included the words, blood everywhere, thoughts won't stop, help me, my life is useless, and the world is dead.
Oh, yeah, that sounds real happy.
And this was that morning, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jennifer and James were immediately summoned to the school to discuss their son's behavior. During the meeting, the Crumbleys were shown the note and were advised that they were required to get Ethan counseling within 48 hours. Mom and father failed to ask Ethan if he had his gun with him, which he did in his backpack. They didn't inspect the backpack. The parents resisted the idea of pulling their son out of school at that time, and they left without him. They're like, you fucking deal with him.
I would say, by the way, I'm
So
not
then at
an expert.
12:51, hold on.
Okay.
Ethan walked into the bathroom with his backpack, emerged less than a minute later carrying the Sig Sauer in hand, and just opened fire.
Started going.
I didn't know too much about this. Look at the school seems like that certainly is an odd situation themselves. Though that kind of a note, and they're just kind of like,
Yeah.
you should probably,
there's a lot of
do
levels
something
here.
about here.
Yeah, but
about this.
here's the problem. In all these stories, it's the same every time. Until you commit a crime,
It's not.
it's like,
You're right.
oh, the
You're
kid's got
absolutely right.
disturbing drawings. Like, so what?
if
I'm doodling, if I'm doodling Motley Crue with the fucking upside down pentagram, am I a Satan worshiper?
Right.
Is it something where I go sacrifice a fucking baby next week? They can go, well, you should have seen it coming. He drew a pentagram on his notebook. You should have known. The warning signs were there. Or you're just a kid fucking doodling.
I think this is a little different, for one, based on what was actually said in the note, not just a pentagram. But also, if they felt strong enough to say he needs to get counseling then why can't you just say, you know what, this is bad enough. He needs to get counseling, and actually, he can't come back until we get some clearing from a counselor.
Yeah, I
I'm
would agree
surprised
with that
that's
a little
not a
bit.
policy. So
Yeah.
if you
Because they
have
felt
to get
bad
it
enough
that
to-
quickly,
right, yeah.
that okay, he can't come back.
Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, just go see a therapist.
Yeah.
It was like, no, like, now. He needs to see somebody.
Mandated, right?
I won't bore you with the charging documents. It's all legalese, and it's, storing his or her firearm and its ammunition so as to allow access to the firearm and ammunition by his or her minor child in grossly negligent failure. You like all that shit.
Yep.
Under Michigan law, an involuntary manslaughter charge can be pursued if prosecutors believe someone contributed to a situation where the probability of harm or death was high. So you can see where they would go there.
Yep.
These charges are intended to hold individuals who contributed to this tragedy accountable and also send the message that gun owners have a responsibility. At an arraignment in Pontiac on Wednesday, prosecutors described, they got all this footage from the school.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't seen it, but
What's depicted on that video, honestly, Judge, I don't have the words to describe how horrific that was. Mark Keast, one of the assistant prosecutors, said, video showed Crumbly enter a bathroom with a backpack. He emerged with a gun. At that point, he deliberately aimed the gun at students, began firing at students. After students started running, he continued down the hallway, pointing the gun and firing at them, firing in classrooms, and its students were unable to escape. He methodically and deliberately walked down a hallway, aiming the firearm at students and firing. So.
Dude, this is one of those times, I'm sure you guys mentioned already, but this is one of those times, man. I know you always
Oh,
joke.
by the way,
go
before
ahead.
you say that, you and I got into a discussion about this, T. Michigan has no law on the books that requires gun owners to keep weapons locked away from children.
right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know why.
Well, because
Seems
it's not a problem until it's a problem.
Yes.
Right.
So we
Yeah.
had kind of talked about that of where the liability is, and
Still seems odd
it's
to
not
me,
a
but I
problem
get what you're
until
saying.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
As long as nothing ever happens, it's fine. But when something does, then you become
Right.
responsible because of it. And there are
Yeah.
only, I understand there are the 4 people that died, but there's how many other that got
Injured,
shot?
right,
You know,
right.
that there's no charges for that. I'm just curious. Of
What-
why
wait,
it's
what was that?
Of everybody else that got shot, that was injured. 4 died, so there's the manslaughter, but there's no accountability for the rest of the victims.
Oh, he'll
in
be
that,
charged
too.
with all of that.
He will. I mean, them.
Yeah.
They're,
Well, yeah, who knows? I don't know how that attempted negligent homicide. I mean,
yeah, it just seemed like there would be something
Yeah.
associated with those as well, just because they survived.
Yeah.
Because he was a bad shot at those. Doesn't
Yeah.
make them any less culpable.
I don't think they're going to get very far, though. I
No,
really,
no. And actually, just before we came down, I saw something that said that he had made contact with their attorneys and they were coming back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whether that's true or not,
know,
or I don't know, but that just a couple
I was
minutes
just
ago
going to
before
say,
we came
Troy,
down, that
honestly, by the time people listen to what we're talking about right now, they
probably
could
over.
easily be turned in. Like,
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't think they'd get 2 miles from their house. That honestly, they wouldn't get blocks away before. If the manhunt is on nationwide, FBI, U.S. Marshals,
well, does
local.
that seem a little fucking excessive, in all honesty?
Yeah,
probably. But
You
it's
know.
but it's a big story, so they don't want this guy to go out or this couple.
Yeah.
And she's gonna slow him down anyways, isn't
Oh,
she?
big time.
I mean,
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make those posts for
having the
Instagram.
wife,
Wow.
having the wife tagging along with you.
You never know. That's,
Hashtag on the run.
you run out of money. That's having one of them's as good
mean,
as cash.
He might want to get to the edge of town and like shove her into the road and then make his exit.
Not a bad idea. Not
You
a
know what
bad
I mean?
idea. You know what I was gonna say?
What we
real-
need to do is split up.
or get
They're
like,
going to be
meet you
looking
in
for
Mexico.
both of us, but to separate, they'll never
or
find
possibly
us.
go to like a gas station, tell her hey, why don't you go get her some smokes or something? Be like, and then yell out the window, hey, there's that chick, and then just drive away. You know, get a little time because they're going to go after her first, and
Who would do something like that?
not me. Oh. Wow, did I pinch something there? I don't know. No, Mike, I'm just going to say, like, sometimes you guys joke about with some of this stuff, like, you know, the counseling, right? Like, oh, at Best Buy the other day. And I thought about that with this, and it's like, dude, you know, I know other people have gone through multiple of these, but I had my only fucking real heartbreak last year, you know what I mean? And it's like, it took me months driving around, like, I'd see some place, and I'd be like, oh, man, we went there one time, and dude, I can't fathom, if you really thought about it, being an 18, 17-year-old kid and like you're walking down some hallway that you remembered someone getting shot at. Holy fuck,
yeah.
dude.
The witnesses, seeing that,
That would
knowing that you got to
be
go back there, and
One of the
Very
one of the
bizarre.
school guys that I can't remember, Tim something, I think, was saying that inside the school it's like a war zone,
believe
and it'll be weeks before.
I mean, I would
things
imagine
back
at this
there.
point it's almost like just come back after Christmas, to
probably,
be honest with
yeah, I
you.
wouldn't
Like,
be,
I
I
mean,
wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised. Yeah,
Yeah.
just shut
Well,
her down.
and even
'Cause I mean,
then,
just
though,
the
like-
cleaning, the broken glass, all
The
the things.
investigation that goes on where you can't touch anything until they're done.
Well, I'm sure
and aren't we?
that's
aren't-
so contaminated. I can only imagine a scene like that.
Yeah.
Well, and again, I
And
know
I
we're
don't
humans.
think they really need a whole lot. They have video.
Yeah.
I think that this one's pretty cut and dry.
and humans have to
Well.
get through shit. I mean, there's people in legit war
Dude, that
zones,
would
so
be.
I get it,
That
but
would be impossible.
that'd
That would
be very rough.
Very rough for a kid.
Yeah.
For a kid, when that's all you know, that's your whole existence. Like everywhere that would be.
Yeah, you never-
so
never
triggering
feel
and
safe.
So, no.
and the other thing is these days, I hate
and
to
now
say-
we're hearing about copycat.
yeah.
Oh, yesterday was crazy. They
Yeah.
closed schools all over the place, and I mean, it's a weird fucking time. You remember when a bomb threat was funny?
Yeah.
When you like didn't want to take your math test,
Or
and
the-
you call it a bomb threat to the school.
Yeah.
a fire alarm, maybe. or
Whatever.
something,
So, you know,
yeah.
like it was a joke. Like now,
Yeah.
it's now it's terrorism charge.
Yeah, and or the crazy rumors you heard. I don't think I ever went through one of these, but the people that would like time it out and drop M80s in the toilets at the same time.
Oh, I never experienced it, but
No, but you've heard of that,
something
right?
like that,
Where
yeah.
it blows out the
Coordinated
pipes.
attack.
Yeah, well, you flush 6 toilets.
I
at the
always
same
wondered if
time
that
with
was
an
a
M80.
if that was one of those things that was a real thing, or is that
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
like
I'm sure it was.
urban legend thing? Though
knows?
I don't know, but you know, calling something what usually fucks kids up. This always screws kids up. Is the fact that, and Troy, you never had this problem. I'll give you that. You were solid.
I kept it clean.
Kids don't shut the fuck up. They just don't.
No.
They got to tell this friend who promises not to tell anyone, and then before you know it, the whole basketball team, the football team, this classroom, like the way to get away with it. Because if you back in our day, you got a payphone. You drop a
That's the
quarter
other
in
thing.
there.
Yeah.
You call
Nobody-
the school and go,
You're done.
"Oh, there's a bomb in the school. You better be out of there by 8 a.m. Click.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to trace that, but they are when you go, T, you ain't going to believe what I fucking did today. You were probably the only kid in our school who you could tell that to, who would grave that motherfucker.
Always. Still.
Take it to the grave.
But now with because everybody does
could
it
you
on.
text a bomb threat in from your phone? You text it
Right,
from your,
that's what it is now. I mean, everybody's doing it on Insta and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you? They're like, well, they posted it and then they deleted the account. Like, okay,
right.
okay, well, like that's probably gone. Like, they'll never find you. Get
Kid
the
it-
fuck out of here.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas student made some threat of shooting up the school. This is in Parkland, Florida. Okay, it's the same school
Yeah.
where the Parkland shooting was. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, 17-year-old's been arrested after threatening to carry out a shooting at the school. This is where 17 people were killed in 2018. Oliver Manick, student there, was arrested after he made the threat in a social media group chat. So it's a group chat. Students saw him and reported to authorities. The Broward Sheriff's Office quoted him as saying, "I feel like school shooting tomorrow. When I sneeze, it's a signal to go to the bathroom, okay? I hope y'all aren't snitches."
How'd that work out?
I hope y'all aren't snitches, you moron.
Guess you figured that out.
You're snitching on yourself. You're putting it on the internet.
Unbelievable. There was I saw one was a girl locally. I was surprised when I heard that.
Yeah.
One of the copycats the following day.
It's usually a guy thing. For
It
sure.
seemed like
I don't
it, but
remember any.
Kids, don't fuck around with this one.
no.
This one's not one to fuck around with. It really isn't. Like the days of, like Troy said, calling in a bomb threat harmlessly to get out of a fucking science exam are over.
Long gone.
This is, you just can't fuck around with this stuff. There's other ways to skip school for the day, call in sick, whatever. But this idea of school shootings, you hope that people take them seriously. I hope they throw the book at this kid. I really
course.
do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's a joke, even if it's, there's too many of these things have happened. They're so serious, and they're going to destroy these kids.
They have to make an example out of them.
Dude, I think about Aaron so often to this day, who was in a car accident when we were seniors and paralyzed. I think about Aaron to this day, all these years later.
Yep.
How tragic that was. How awful that. Imagine if one of our classmates came in with a gun and just started shooting everybody. Like, I don't know how you get over that.
You don't.
I really don't.
You can't. There was a kid at Southfield
Students
High
reported
School.
this kid, by
good,
the way.
they should, and
and
then
they
people
arrested
need
him
more of that.
promptly. But I don't want them to go, what you did was wrong, don't do that.
No, they won't.
You know what?
They're really going after these people.
I hope they do.
Well, there was a kid at Southfield School that got caught with a gun yesterday. The
Found
following
it in the
day,
bushes, he said.
he walked, and whether he knew anything about it or what, or he was just bringing a gun for whatever, I don't know. But that motherfucker picked the wrong day to bring a gun to school.
Yeah.
Especially if it was totally not related.
Yeah. What school did he bring it to?
Southfield High School, right
Really?
here. Yeah.
Unless it's like, hey man,
I
there's too
don't-
many people showing up with guns at schools.
Right.
I was going to protect my ass. I ain't getting shot.
That'd be a great excuse,
That might not be the worst excuse.
right?
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I wasn't.
hey,
I was.
you ain't protecting us.
Well, I wasn't gonna do a mass shooting, but I'd fuck somebody up if they did.
Yeah. I heard, I had mentioned how you just don't see this in the inner city schools. And people pointed out, well, they got metal detectors at a lot of these schools. Why don't they have metal detectors in every school in America? Why don't, I know they have the doors that lock, when I went to Sweet Pie's class or whatever, and it's like, you can't just open the doors and walk in the school. You need to be buzzed in. I'm sure, but I don't even buy that as an excuse for why this, like, if someone has it in their head that they're going to do this, they're not going to let a fucking metal detector at the door of the school
Yeah,
stop
but those
them.
doors aren't locked but when kids are going in. That's after school's in session, and they lock it down so people can't just come in randomly.
Right.
Oh, before school starts, the doors are just open because everybody's going to come and go as they please.
But
So if you're gonna bring
the
something
point
in,
was that the metal detectors. Oh, that's why we never see this. Well, you could just wait till the end of school day when everyone's getting on the buses and walk up and mow people down.
Yep.
You don't necessarily have to be in the school
Exactly.
going through the metal detector system. If you wanted to go there and take your fucking world out on your student body, you could easily do that at a football game, in a parking lot when school's getting out, the bus stop. Like, I don't buy that. So whatever's going on that is making these a lot of times almost like affluent communities, Columbine, Parkland, these are affluent. These are upper middle class households. I don't know what Oxford's considered.
I mean, it's right by a living as a vacation. So, I mean,
yeah.
it's a nice area for sure.
Very
It's
nice area.
definitely not-
Oxford?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Weren't you telling me that Michigan's doing something?
They're wearing a patch, yeah, in the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
They have a patch for the kid, what I forget, isn't it TM or whatever his
Yeah,
initials
something
were.
like that.
The football
Yeah,
player that
is
that
it
tried to take the guy
Tate?
Tate something. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, wearing his initials, and then it has like 4 like stars underneath it. I think for the 4 victims.
Really?
That's cool. Yeah, you know,
Yeah, that
I'd like
is-
to see that
that
kind of
is very
support.
cool.
Something, anything.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
it really, in the grand scheme of things, means nothing, but at
Yeah.
least it's acknowledged.
Have you paid any attention to the? Oh, there it is. TM42 with
Yeah,
four
there you go.
hearts. That's cool, man. That's very cool.
Talking about renaming their football stadium after him.
Yeah, they had a lot of signatures a few days ago. They had like
Well, we-
32,000 before it was even mentioned. in
Better
the
scrub that
press.
social media first.
Why?
These days, dude, I'm just joking.
Yeah,
Like
you
these
never
days,
know,
dude,
right?
like they're gonna name all of a sudden they're gonna name a thing after him. And what if he had a
Oh, he bullied
mildly
someone.
racist Facebook post from 5 years ago or
Yeah.
something? I mean, we don't know yet. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, just one of those. Oh, just throwing this out there. Oh, you're gonna name the stadium after him, huh? Well, just throwing this out there.
Yeah, and they'll throw you under the bus for almost anything. Like I was following a little bit of the trial of Jussie Smollett, and so they've got the brothers on the stand, and they're telling their story. Like, yeah, he
Hans and
hired us.
Franz.
What about the dry run on video?
Dry run on video, exactly.
Gotta make sure this looks real.
It's hilarious. But they were like, they're trying to paint these guys as, oh, homophobic slurs and blah, 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 blah. And it was like one post or joke one of them made, like referring to gay people as fruits or something. It was like, ooh, the homophobic slurs. Like, my grandpa called California the state of fruits and nuts from the time I was fucking 5.
Oh, and let's not forget his situation as a golf tee
Well,
time.
yeah.
What is it
Well,
called?
he had a thing against the Jazz. Yeah, I mean, he was in World War II, man. I mean,
Right,
what are you
right.
gonna do?
It's hard.
He was
not
at
hold a grudge.
Pearl Harbor. He was on the location of Pearl Harbor when it was bombed.
I mean, wasn't the rumor that he was, having intercourse or something? Or I'm just kidding. Me and Jay used to joke about that he was banging her grandma or something while Pearl
No,
Harbor
my
happened.
grandma was in California.
Oh, well.
he was in Hawaii, stationed there.
So, your
when it could see the fucking planes. I mean, we played this audio.
I understand that, but what I'm hearing is
with meatballs on the wings, the fucking Japanese planes. He was doing Morse code at the time.
what I'm hearing is your dad dropped some bomb on some random farm.
Yep.
And now your grandpa's just asleep at the wheel while Pearl Harbor happened. That's
Yeah,
what I'm hearing.
He was fucking up and he was doing Morse code. I don't know that he wasn't texting.
probably
Someone sent me
texting some
titty
chick back.
pics.
Right.
But yeah, so but anyway, so what constitutes homophobic slurs or racist slurs? It can be something as simple as like, what a fruit.
Yeah.
Like that.
Remember
That puts
Whatever
you in
they
that-
want it to be.
Yeah.
The other
exactly.
story about Jesse too was like, even after the dry run, that's now on video, by the way. His story was he was getting and I know it's a big city, so yes, things are open sometimes, like in New York all night and whatnot. But he was getting like a Subway, and it was like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning on a cold day, and dude,
freezing cold.
freezing cold night out. He's going getting a Subway,
Yeah.
like even in Chicago. Again, I said I know sometimes big cities have a little different times, especially back then, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Subway,
Well, New York,
Right.
Chicago. You can get food and.
But even those, like Subway, necessarily isn't open at 4 in the morning. Like, you know what I mean?
Or maybe you got the Subway at 2 in the morning, and then
Maybe.
the shit happened with them at 3. No, the story's Why are we even giving it breath?
I know, that's my
it's
point.
such fucking nonsense. It's such bullshit. I hope they throw the fucking book at that guy too. Not because he's black, not because he's gay, but because he's put the country through this, the resources through this. I mean, they acted like there was some MAGA hat wearing fucking monstrous villain running around attacking black gay guys in Chicago, totally politicizing things.
There's that guy from-
furthering shut up,
Yeah.
furthering the divide that's going on in this nation when it comes to race. And the goddamn fact of the matter is 99% of these stories that come out about, oh my God, I was attacked. Someone hung a noose on my door. Oh, there was a noose in my NASCAR garage. Oh, I was attacked by MAGA hat wearers. Oh, someone ripped my hijab off on the fucking subway. Oh, someone left cotton balls outside my door in the dorm. Oh, someone smeared a fucking swastika in shit in my bathroom window. All fake.
Yeah.
All hoaxes.
Most of the time.
Every one of them proved hoaxes. How do you stop that shit? You fucking hammer these people.
You have to.
You hammer them for the good of the goddamn country.
And by the way, not that I mean, again, we all know it's ridiculous, but like he didn't even say at the time. It wasn't even like, oh, they just saw a black guy. It was they had MAGA hats on and they saw like the dude from Empire and were like, that fag.
Yeah,
we're gonna
call
hang
him a
him.
faggot
Like
and
it wasn't
something
like,
else.
as if at 3 a.m. some dude's walking around with MAGA hats in Chicago. Going,
And just so happens they figure they're going to run into Jussie Smollett. They're
Right.
going to run into the gay guy from Empire and recognize him.
Right.
And they just happen to be carrying bleach and a fucking noose with them.
What
Just
a
in
uh,
case.
Just in case we bump into this star who's not even in town most
How many
of the
MAGA
time.
What a
hat wearing guys
series
are
of
watching
morning-
Empire anyway? How many
Right.
MAGA hat wearing guys are watching Empire anyway?
What a series of events that must have been.
Yeah.
Incredible. And they have it all come in, dialed in, and there he is. All along, they've, excuse me, befriended this guy so they can get him at 3 a.m. Like, it's just nonsense.
I mean, what was he thinking? I mean, I know what he was thinking, and it was,
Yeah.
I wonder if James always say he still just needs to fall on the sword of like, oh, Trump, crazy.
Yeah.
But now the problem is it's kind of gone farther down the line, and I don't know. Maybe
well,
he still
it's
could
sad
say
how
it.
many people still further that narrative. You look at, bullshit narratives get spun out there, and when they're retracted, it's just page 12. It doesn't, and then no media outlet touches it, right? That's the problem.
You can't undo. You can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
No, you never
can't
can.
undo that damage.
I don't know if you saw the video, T. I had it yesterday. I didn't bother today, but of the ASU students. You and I might have been watching the clip of on campus. They had their rally for Kyle Rittenhouse to get Kyle
no, I didn't
Rittenhouse
see. Nope.
out of the school. And there's this student standing up there, and I swear there's something to this. When you put a megaphone or a microphone in some fucking idiot's hands and they feel like people are paying attention to them, there's a real power in holding court, right? There is. Whether it's sitting right here at what we're doing, or if you're at a bullhorn in a parade, or at a Black Lives Matter rally, and you're going on and on with a bullhorn, just, people are following you. You're the Pied Piper. You're the cat's ass. You've been a fucking zero your whole life. No one's given a shit about you. No one's read anything you've written outside of your parents or a teacher, and now you're holding court. Now you're hot shit. And so when these students are up there, and this fucking idiot student at ASU is going, this murderous, killer, white supremacist cannot be on this campus. He went to that place across state lines with an illegal gun and just murdered black and brown people. And everyone's cheering. And I'm like, there are so many falsehoods. What?
Check.
And you got to go
I don't know
where.
if this one might be it because it looks like I see a guy. Oh, maybe not. He doesn't have a megaphone. I was trying to.
I think it's a black girl, actually, kind of thick.
It's just amazing that
I mean,
you can get away with saying shit that's just blatantly wrong without any repercussions.
Let me see. I might be able to. But yeah, it was the end of it that really got me, where it was like,
Well, that could have been.
he shot black and brown people. I was like, oh my God, dude, what are you talking about?
Is it Tyson that was said social media's got given people getting way too comfortable with talking shit without getting punched in the face?
Who
It was
is?
Tyson? Something along those. I just butchered the quote or something, but it's along those lines of that.
Oh,
it's given these,
Mike Tyson's quote.
Yeah, something along those lines. Like
It's
people have gotten way too
comfortable until they get punched in the
talking
mouth.
shit with it not
Yeah.
getting punched in the face for it.
Yeah,
And
until
it's
they get
true.
punched in the mouth. Everyone.
No, that's a different one. You're talking
oh, it's a
everybody's
different
got
one?
a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Oh,
is what
okay,
you're talking
okay. I
about.
thought that's what.
No, this was
And
about
I was like,
social
yeah,
media.
you really are butchering it.
No, this was about social media essentially. That people that now everybody's got these big balls behind their keyboard.
Yeah.
and they can talk all this shit when they don't feel like there's any real repercussions for it.
I'll say someone
There's
in this rally. I'm just fast forward. I was trying to fast forward to see if I could find the one you're looking for. But like someone in this rally has a sign that says "Make racists scared again." For one, I don't think racists have ever been scared. But two, what does that have to do with this situation? I don't understand what it has
Yeah.
to do with this situation.
Neither does anybody else.
I don't understand why you can't go, listen, you guys want to be taken seriously as the socialist students of Arizona State.
Cool. Get it fucking
come
right.
in here. Let me just give me 5 minutes. And here's what you said. These 5 things. Now let me just show you proof that those 5 things are fundamentally inaccurate. They just are across the board. There's no dispute about this. There's no argument about this. You're spewing this, and it makes you look ignorant as shit. You look like a total fucking moron. When you go on, it makes it look like you didn't pay any attention to the trial. You watched bad news outlets, and you're just repeating talking points. You're not thinking for yourself. You're not thinking critically, and you're fucking wrong. Why is there not a single adult in the room who can pull these fucking shitbags out of a classroom and point this stuff out to them? This isn't a hard one. This isn't a judgment call where you go, well, if I was in those shoes, I would have reacted this way, but he did that. Too bad we don't have video. No, we have video of all this. We know what happened in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
Because people are terrified to speak out about it.
This is, I don't even know why this
Even
is
when it's right, they're scared of the repercussions because
Yeah.
of the mob mentality and what it has become. The cancel and the...
I don't know what this has to do with Kyle Rittenhouse, but this was from pictures from that protest.
Yeah.
Students for Socialism. I really would like some of these people to find out what socialism is. It'd be really interesting. Why don't they go take a vacation in some of these places that they think are so beautiful, so amazing?
Yeah.
See how much they like it.
It's ridiculous. It's I don't know, man. It's just sad. It's
Wearing a mask
you
outside.
used to be, yeah, they're all wearing masks outside too in the Arizona heat.
Tells you a lot.
Yeah, I noticed that with the chick that was doing that. He murdered black and brown people. She's wearing a fucking giant mask, fully outdoors.
Of course.
You know, it's just sad because I don't know where this goes. Like, if you can't stand up to a fucking 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old who's flat wrong, what are we doing? And you're listening to him?
We're perpetuating it. That's what we're doing. We're just letting it happen, and it's at our own demise.
Yeah.
We're going down fast.
Ghislaine Maxwell. Speaking of other trials going on right now.
Oh, that's going on?
Yeah.
Are
Fascinating.
they talking about it on many of the networks?
No.
Interesting. I wonder if it has something to do with all these executives are just kind of quitting all of a sudden.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Maybe.
they're putting people on stand. I'm sorry, this chick's a monster, Ghislaine Maxwell. She really is. This idea that she's a victim.
Oh,
You know,
she's
I
into
mean,
the titties.
huh?
She was a titty girl.
Yeah, small titties, which I respect. Tits are for kids, right?
Itty Bitty Titties. That's a country song I used to listen to.
Someone sent me a meme about, you know, you've got the perfect couple or perfect mate, you know, finishing each other's sentences, and there's Ghislaine and
Right. Yep.
and Epstein, arm in arm, finishing each other's sentences. Like, she's going to go to jail now. Anyway, Epstein's former housekeeper revealed what Ghislaine Maxwell was like while he was employed. He's 72 years old now. Juan Alessi took the stand yesterday during the fourth day of Maxwell's trial. Staff were handed a 58-page household manual filled with demands. His other duties were to make breakfast at 5 a.m. and bathe Ghislaine's dog every day, a Yorkshire Terrier named Max. He told court he was expected to be up at the crack of dawn to make food rather than Epstein's professional cooks because they have the privilege to sleep in. They're the master chefs. So this
Okay.
fucking guy had to get up and make him his eggs and shit.
We're not going to bother the chefs with breakfast.
Yeah.
Get in there and whip up some eggs.
Yeah, they'll take care of lunch and dinner. Alessi also said part of his job was to clean up after Epstein's massages.
Okay.
After a massage, what would be what would be to clean up after a massage?
3 times a day. 3 massages a day
Really?
this son of a bitch was getting.
Oh, man.
He must have been really relaxed.
Yeah, I go for that. That sounds delightful.
So the
That part of
prosecutor,
it.
the prosecutor asked him if he ever found anything unexpected after the massages.
But it was all expected.
A large dildo, describing it as a huge man's panus with 2 heads.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was a double ender, like,
I would imagine.
or if it was like a.
I don't think they split like a Y generally. I think that's probably just a double ender.
I mean, it sounds like we need to go into the dildo making business if they're not making a Y.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, triple. The triple header.
Yeah, the shocker.
Yeah.
It's the shocker
Wow.
dildo, right?
I think when you're, I don't think you're getting 2 heads in one. Well, we won't go there. Yeah, I guess you can.
He did not clarify whether it was a sex toy called the Twin Torpedo.
He didn't know the technical name of it.
Yeah, I guess in their prelim stuff,
Yeah.
the Twin Torpedo came up, some reference. He didn't. So for this part of the trial,
I don't know,
he
it was
did
out
not
of the box.
acknowledge- Yeah, it was out of the box.
Didn't have a tag on it.
But it sounds like it could have been the Twin
It
Torpedo.
definitely could have been the twin
know?
torpedo. That sounds about right.
Alessi said he put on gloves and ran it underwater and put the dildo in Ms. Maxwell's closet inside a wicker basket.
Okay.
Just ran it underwater?
Yeah, well,
Well, hot water, I would assume, right?
He didn't specify hot, but he also didn't say soapy.
no, just water. Just rinse it off.
Room
hell,
temperature?
It's going to need it again in about 2 hours, I think. So just clean it up.
Yeah,
stick
maybe
it
that's
back
only
in
a
there.
once a day kind of cleanup. I mean, if you're using
I
it,
would think someone like him would just,
Toss 'em?
Just toss them. You got 3 a day. He
do
can
make-
afford it.
They make a toy cleaner. You might want to look into.
Yeah. He saw porn tapes and black leather costume in the same basket. 3 or 4 other times he found 2 other sex toys, one that looked like a pillow, another that looked like an arm.
It's the fist.
It's the fisting.
What the hell's a pillow?
Probably something you fuck.
like a butt. A butt
well, you would think
pillow
that
or-
would look like a butt, not look like a pillow. Would be
Well,
This guy's 72.
Yeah,
he might
fair
not be
enough.
hip to the
all right.
what's going on.
just a butt, by the way, not a fucking
He
ass.
said this one looked like an arm which had a rubber vibrating part at the end.
Oh,
So is this a fister that rotated?
Yeah, I
you
think
almost
so.
got a spit take there. That was a poor time. I would say this whole story is a poor time to choose to take a drink.
You don't worry about me. I do my own thing. Yeah, that sounds like a top of the line fister.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, he can afford it.
Sure.
Here's where this, I have great admiration and respect for Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Like, obviously, the kid shit, that sucks. That's terrible, off limits.
Yep.
But I got a deep dive into this 58-page manual.
Okay.
And I think,
The rules of the house.
yeah.
Okay.
I think we need to incorporate that.
The employee
at
handbook?
Radio for One Studios.
I'm
See,
listening.
we're not going to fucking get where we want to be and be taken seriously, respected, unless there's some fucking laws. We're putting our foot down on some shit.
I'm down. Yeah.
So we can alter these. We don't have to go exactly by their rules.
Sure.
But for the master bedroom,
Basic guidelines.
we've each got a master. AC is set at 60 degrees.
Can you say that
I
anymore?
was gonna say, yeah, master bedroom. Wow.
Yeah.
The head of household bad.
61. That's a little chilly.
Yeah, I would say so.
60.
60.
Yeah. Like I said, you can alter this. You want yours at 70, 72. That's fine.
I mean, I do like it chilly, but that's a little cold.
Every day, shutters must be closed. So someone comes in, shut your shutters. I like that.
Yeah.
Make sure the remote controls for the television are working.
Okay.
Telephones, my telephones and Troy's telephones need to be set to do not disturb.
Okay. No, actually, stay the fuck out of my phone.
So
Yeah, I know, right?
Mike Walters and Troy Courtney's telephone directories are placed to the right of the telephone, not to the left, to the right of the telephone. Alarm clock must be set to the correct time and date, always.
Standard.
2 lighted pens on both bedside tables, regular pens on both bedside tables. I would need large and small notepads on both bedside tables.
Okay.
Doesn't say anything about you for this one, but
I can do with just one.
reading glasses on both bedside tables, eye masks and on both, box of tissues on each bedside table. Replace if they're less than 1/3 full.
Well, okay. Yeah. Hey,
just tossing them?
You
Toss
can't. Yeah. I mean, you can't risk running out
Flashlight with new batteries every day.
Flashlight or
every day.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Bottled water and drinking glasses on both bedside tables. Gun placed in the drawer. Mm-hmm. Yep. Daily duties in the residence.
How would he know? By the
So,
way,
so this is for our guys that are here. What's Eddie?
the batteries. You think whoever this is for? I'd be like, yeah, fuck this. I'll do them every other. What's he gonna fucking know?
Yeah.
Every day these
Big
batteries.
Juan's just
are
like, it works.
It works. Fine.
right. I mean, dude, every day.
Don't you think this would get them to just be spitting or pissing in your water glass and then
No
rinse
matter
it
how
out?
much you're getting
Absolutely.
paid, by the way. I know you're probably getting paid a lot. I would imagine. I'm sure he's,
Yeah.
Here's
Fair
for
wage.
our version of Big E or Juan, whatever.
Oh
whatever
wow,
it
I'm
is. So,
involved.
yeah, if you want to be involved. So your daily duties include
Oh, my duties.
you buy the newspapers for Troy and I.
That's cool. I like buying paper. Papers.
You check that the petrol, not gas, but petrol in all vehicles is more than 3/4 full.
Okay.
So you check our cars, you make sure they're 3/4
I like driving
full.
up to the gas station. That's okay.
And then I need you to put $100 in the glove compartment or center console of each vehicle.
Need a little emergency.
Well, I'm assuming
cash.
you're giving me the money, right? So I just have to make sure it's there.
Look, you'll be reimbursed. All right, fill out a blue slip. You'll be fine.
Comes out of petty cash. Don't worry about it.
Replace empty water bottles. So if we're just drinking water and shit in our car and throwing the bottles, that shit out of
That's
there.
gonna kill me. Hate it.
Check that there are pens, notepads, telephone directories, and tissues. They want tissues everywhere.
Yeah, you got to clean up. A lot of cleanup.
They crying a lot, or they're just
No, that-
fluids?
Skeet,
that are-
skeet, skeet.
Yeah.
they've got to be taking something at some point. Look, and I get it.
There's a lot of note taking.
I've masturbated a lot in my day, and I've gotten
And never cleaned up one.
Well, no, well, right, that's true, but I mean, I've had days where I had more than one session in a day. But my lord, I mean, to the point where I needed them in my car, and just in case I need to pop one off.
You never know. Well, what do you need a flashlight with new batteries? You just never fucking know, man. Always be prepared.
Don't you
Scouts
think,
like
like,
Scouts.
I was a Boy Scout. For
Yeah,
sure.
right.
We've always got a flashlight on our phones.
Nah,
now.
that's not the same.
Like these people, you can see it's dated. Here's one that's very dated.
Oh yeah, newspapers, by the way.
Yeah, get newspapers.
Yeah.
We need a flashlight with fresh batteries every day. Any CDs lying around should be placed back in the correct covers. So they're just taking CDs and chucking them wherever.
So wait a minute.
and it's Juan's job or E's job to put them back in
In
the
this
proper.
scenario, like I'm doing some of these, right? I'm doing some of these things for you. Why are CDs? So he's listening to CDs apparently and just kind of chucking them, and so I kind of come in and make sure that okay, these are
Yeah.
When you got fuck you money, I'm not putting away my own CDs.
Hell no.
Good point.
Dude, we can't even close our own shutters, E.
No.
You need to go into our bedrooms and close our shutters, asshole. You think we're putting CDs away in their proper cases? Dude. For the master bathroom, you need to check that the water is hot and runs clean and clear.
Okay.
So, but hot, like right now, is just running all the time. Or
You
Dude,
make sure the hot water is hot was ready when
it's
I
on,
need it.
it's on the master bathroom check.
what does that
okay?
mean? Like,
Just
no,
check.
like I just make sure it can get hot, or I'm supposed to
Yes.
have it like every 10 minutes, kind of go
Dude,
turn it
you
to
are
hot.
talking
and-
back, and you were going to be replaced before you know it.
What if the pilot light went out in the water heater last night?
Yeah.
Well, I
And
was
I go
just
take my
curious-
shower and it's not fucking hot, E.
Well, I was trying
it's
to.
your ass.
I understand that,
Yep.
but I was trying to see: am I supposed to walk down there like every 10 minutes, turn it on for a little bit, so like it doesn't take a long time to heat up, or I'm just supposed to make sure that it works in general? I'm just for my own sake. I'm trying
Fresh bar of soap placed to the right of the wash basin. Is that just the sink?
Yeah.
to. Is that daily, by the
is-
way?
Yeah, fresh bar of soup every day. I'm not reusing a bar of soap. Are you
Right.
kidding me?
Gross. Hair in there
Fuck.
and shit.
Would you take it home and be like, dude, it was only used
Fuck
once
yeah,
by
of course.
Mike or Troy?
Got to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Run
take
a
it
little
home.
water on that, get that top coat off.
Yeah.
Brand new.
I mean, that's ways I'm getting to like
Yeah.
get back at you guys. Essentially, I guess up my paycheck a little bit by stealing soaps and whatnot.
You need to
You know.
replace the head on our electronic toothbrushes every 4 weeks.
Actually, now that
I'm
I think-
surprised at that they would go 4 full weeks, but
Now that I think about it, you know what to do with those batteries too, because I'm not buying. You're supplying the batteries. Have to change them. So what
Yeah.
I'm doing is I'm fucking
Stockpile and sell it
yeah.
on eBay.
Once a week, I maybe put some in there.
One
but
day old
after-
batteries.
yeah.
Right.
Half price.
Those things
New toothbrush placed in a clean drinking glass to the left of the sink.
every day.
Yeah.
But they have
day.
electric toothbrushes. And they also have, that's
Yeah.
for the guests.
Make sure the toothpaste is more than half full at all times.
I'm
When
surprised
it's-
they let it get that low.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be like the gas, right?
Yep.
3/4.
I'm shocked that that's just one use. Like I don't want to,
Make sure the razor, you've got the razor there and shaving cream more than half full. Do not. How would you test that necessarily?
You can tell by weight. Shaving
you?
cream?
Shaving
Yeah.
cream?
Can you
Oh, yeah,
imagine if one day he shakes a little bit? That doesn't feel half full. That doesn't feel half. I'm checking this motherfucker.
It's like 3/8 full.
Right.
Yeah.
He cuts it open. That motherfucker.
You
half
make sure-
full.
you make sure our electric razor is plugged in and charged.
Hour?
Our different ones.
Oh, okay.
We don't share one. Clean all fixtures, shower and steam room. Tidy and replace any toiletries which are running low. 3 large blue towels and 1 hand towel to be ready for massage and towel room.
3 times a day. You're going to have to replace those quite often.
Yeah.
For the record.
What is the day to day life? Like, how do I? When do I get here and when do I get home? What are my hours exactly? I mean,
Dude, when your job's done, right?
You're just on call. You are just here.
E, this is where you're going to struggle.
oh no,
If we're running this household here,
oh no.
proper language.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
this isn't gonna be good.
What you say is as important as what you do. Your language must include good diction and exclude swear words and slang. Pay attention to how you speak to Mr. Walters and Mr. Courtney and their guests. Right? If
Fuck
this
that
is-
shit. Like,
you are representing this house.
Yeah.
So you do not say, from this day forward, you do not say, yeah,
oh, what?
sure,
Oh,
no problem,
These are all my. This is my whole.
you bet, gotcha, right, I don't know.
I don't got anything left, dude. That's all I say all day.
Certainly
tell your
can't say,
bad
dude.
vocabulary.
We just wiped you out. You're going to be a mute.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's what you do say, E. Okay, so you need to
yes,
learn
sir.
this.
No, sir. Shit. or-
Yes, Mr. Walters. Yes, Mr. Courtney. Of course, Mr. My pleasure. It is no trouble at all. With pleasure.
Oh, wow.
I would be very pleased to. You are quite right.
There you go.
Do you want to be told you're quite right no matter what? I have no idea, but I will find out immediately.
Not an I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Ah,
I
sure.
don't know.
Is the water hot? I don't know.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep, you bet.
Grooming. This is our last bit here. I mean, we're not going through all
Grooming?
58 pages. Grooming and guest relations.
Grooming the guests.
I don't know.
I think this is grooming the 14-year-olds.
Don't tell me I'm going to have to, like, not have, like, scruffy beard or something like that.
That's not the Yankees.
They wanted this place run like a 5-star hotel. And I love that.
Sounds like a
idea.
6-star to me.
Yeah, it almost does. Appearance is extremely important if high standards are to be maintained. A favorable first impression goes a long way. Personal cleanliness, good presentation, and a genuine and polite aim to please approach are very important.
So are you thinking that sweatpants that I just jerked off in before I came into work aren't going
Not
to fly?
acceptable. Not acceptable.
Damn, dude.
Not going to work.
Fuck. I'm
Try
gonna
and
make some major changes.
anticipate. You need to try and anticipate our needs
Yeah.
and our guests' needs.
Gotcha.
Make guests feel pampered and welcomed. Always address a guest by their name, Mr. or Mrs. Do not discuss personal problems with guests. No one gives a shit what you're going through.
Immediately
No one
fireable.
wants to hear about your shit, okay? We assume since you're doing this job, you have a shit life.
Right.
No one wants to hear about it.
Right.
Bottle it, stuff it down.
I'm gonna think about that when I'm still in those soaps and batteries.
He's going to fail this one. Be cautious of voice levels and noise while working in rooms, kitchen, and hallways.
Yeah.
Remember, this is a good one. This stands.
I'm not good at 6-inch voices,
Remember that you see nothing, hear nothing, say nothing, except to answer a question directed at you. Respect our privacy.
Do
So
not
I'm-
speak unless
Goddamn
spoken
right.
to.
So I'm sitting here changing your fucking batteries and shit every day, and then I see you banging a 10-year-old. I just gotta be like, "Yep, all
Yeah,
good.
Just shut the fuck up.
Nothing to see here."
Right? Go get me another towel.
Wear appropriate clothing while with Mr. Epstein and Mrs. Maxwell and their guests. Dark blue trousers with white golf shorts to be worn daily. Long sleeve white shirts for dinner service.
I'm shocked there's not more of an actual, just a uniform. Like the idea that he kind of gives me, it seems like there's technically some leeway there. Like I
Yeah.
could, just a blue kind of shirt or something, or what was
Slacks
it?
and a white golf shirt.
Yeah.
Do not address us with your hands in your pocket.
I don't know where those hands have been.
Items in pockets must not create a bulge or be visible. So you can't have keys or a phone in there, a lighter,
Streamlined.
Items in pockets.
which means
What about this dick?
there was someone working there at some point that
Right.
came in with a pack of smokes and his keys in
Something,
his pocket,
right.
and Epstein lost
Lost
his
his
shit.
mind.
Yeah.
Lost it. Doesn't want to see it.
Put it in the book from now on.
It goes in the
For
manual.
one, you're fired, and 2, put it in the manual.
Update the fucking handbook.
It's not your fault. It wasn't in the manual yet. You are fired.
I wonder
though.
what edition of the handbook this is.
Yeah, this is becoming quickly like stump the staff rules.
Right.
Keep growing over time.
You know what? And how often are things that? I don't know who this other person was. It's Epstein, and it's always for some other.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, that's okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's like, how often are they like, you know what? Add this to the list or whatever.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
I saw.
Well, that's so specific. It's like, yeah, make sure you wash your hands.
Right.
You know, don't talk to anyone. Don't touch anything. But like, don't have anything visible or bulging from your pocket. Sounds like someone inadvertently violated that, and it became a priority on the list.
Even
What
the
is the
vocabulary,
problem?
though. Think about the vocabulary. I bet that wasn't there at one, or all of those weren't there at one point. I bet one time they walked in the bathroom and said, "Hey, can you make sure this is whatever?" Yep. You know what? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Add it to the yep.
Get out.
My motherfucker. Yep.
Remember the house rules at Don's back in the day? I had
Yeah.
The old computer, the printer paper that was like
Yeah.
the reams.
Dot
that was
matrix.
just, it was just strewn all across the and we would just add shit
Yeah,
regularly.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
just, every time something would come up, put it on the list. No fucking patchouli oil. Get the fuck out of my house. Put it on the list and it made it official.
no
go.
leaving your underwear laying around under the couch. Do not eat or drink in front of us and our guests. Never chew gum. When you are attending to Mr. Epstein, Ms. Maxwell, and other guests, cellular phones must be placed on vibrate. At no time should these phones ring.
So you have to have your phone. Where are you even keeping your phone if it can't have a bulge in your pocket? Like, as if you're. I'm shocked he's even allowed them to have their phone. I'm shocked they don't have like some like little closet. You know, the kind of
No videos, no
something in the
pictures.
basement, a little locker or something, and it's like boom, all your personal shit in there.
Yeah.
We don't want you even checking your text messages or some shit.
You were ahead of the game, T, with the patchouli oil.
Oh boy.
Avoid using strong perfume or aftershave lotion. This could cause an allergic reaction.
Damn right.
Yeah. In other words, get your stinking ass patchouli oil out of here. Lastly, smile.
Yeah, have fun, man.
Go.
That's a good job.
Yeah, it's not. We're here to have a good time, right? We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
Smile.
It sounds like, because this guy was working there for a long time, Alessi. It sounds like shit was a little more chill when it was just Jeff. And then
Oh, boy.
he met Maxwell in 91. And after that, his relationship with Epstein became less cordial and a lot more professional.
Typical, man.
Yeah.
Typical.
Bitch comes in and
Right.
ruins everything.
Fuck, man. Before it was just probably two dudes. You kind of, hey, whatever. If you change the batteries once a week, it's fine.
Just make sure it works.
Yeah,
That's
we're
fine.
good.
Yeah.
We're good. Then all of a sudden, I want those batteries changed every day.
Yeah. It used to be like, yo, Juan, the fucking batteries died on my remote, I think.
You think that's for
Can you
the
take
fucking?
care of that?
Hey, you think that's for the vibrator? You
What?
need the double D, the D batteries in the flashlight
Yeah,
fresh
that
every
could
day,
be.
so that they actually just take them out, put them in the vibrator,
Maybe.
so that there's spare ones just in case that thing goes.
Still, though, that
be.
Mike's story doesn't shock me. To me, that's a tale as old as time, dude.
Yeah, the woman comes in and starts cracking the whip
Oh,
and
yeah.
taking all the boys' fun away.
Right. Yeah.
From the day she came to the house, she right away took over. She mentioned to me she was going to be the lady of the house. She was in
boy.
charge of Epstein's other properties as well. Maxwell was with Epstein on his visits to the property all of a sudden 95% of the time. He couldn't go there without her being fucking hitched right there. So the days of him and Juan kicking back shots at the end of the
over.
night, done.
And the problem is, that probably by the time this point, he can't get rid of her because she knows too much.
Yeah.
So
Do they not have NDAs for this stuff for these people?
I don't
Do
know.
they hold up in court? What's the?
I don't know.
I'm not sure how that works.
I'm not sure.
Once he's dead, does that negate the contract of an NDA?
I don't know.
So many questions.
Yeah. In an interview with a radio station in 2005, Alessi admitted he would wash off vibrators and a long rubber penis after a young girl visited Epstein for a massage. Okay. The bed would have to be made up after each massage as well. He remembered two girls during his employment with Epstein who appeared to be underage. He was shown a photo of this
Speculation,
Jane.
Your Honor.
Conjecture.
Right.
Of the first accuser, Jane, who we documented the other day. Confirmed it was her. The second was Virginia Roberts, the woman that claims Epstein loaned her out to Prince Andrew for sex when she was 17. Jane was introduced to me by Ms. Maxwell at the Palm Beach house, and he estimated she was around 14 at the time. On Jane's visits to Epstein's house, he would pick her up and ask by the prosecutor, why didn't she drive herself? Yeah, she wasn't old enough to have a license.
That one's a problem.
He recalled driving Maxwell, Epstein, and Jane to Epstein's plane.
She rode her bike over.
Yeah.
Well, maybe her. Maybe she would have had to get a driver. Maybe she had her permit, and someone had to drive her.
Be in the passenger seat
Right.
for her to
The
drive.
student driver car pulls up.
Hey, hours are hours, man.
Yeah, get them where you can.
He recalled meeting Roberts on a trip to Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago club with Maxwell. That day, they had visited all the luxury spas in the area. He said that he saw Roberts very often. Virginia Roberts at Epstein's house estimated she was probably 14, maybe 15 years old. Sometimes she came with her boyfriend, but
I bet she did.
Ghislaine would go, yeah, dude, you wait in the car, okay? We're going to take your girlfriend
We're all
inside
set.
for a little bit. We don't need you in here.
She just come back out just blown out.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You drive your fucking girlfriend over to this mega mansion in Palm Beach, and they tell you to wait in the car while she goes inside
To give a massage.
to give a massage. Meanwhile, she's getting deep dicked by fucking twin turbo or
What's
whatever
he
it was
doing in the
called.
fucking car while this is going on? Or
Just comes out all just disheveled.
Yep. Oh my.
good day at work.
Shut up and drive.
So this guy said about the massages. He at the beginning he got like one a day. By the end of my employment, 3 massages every day. It was at all times. Massages in the morning, massages afternoon, some massages after dinner, after the movies. They were 10, 11 o'clock at night. Asked if he saw women by the pool at the Palm Beach house. He said hundreds of times, adding the women were topless 75, 80% of the time.
I wonder-
Now, that's a house rule here.
Yeah.
for
Absolutely.
women.
I could go higher, but I would say, like, I wonder if he's really getting massaged. Like, I know joking, but I'm saying, like, is he really, or is he just full on? They just get in the room and it's fucking, hey, shove this up my ass or shove, or whatever. Like, because
I think it'd be a real missed opportunity to not get a massage too.
that's a lot of massages, though, man, in a day.
Yeah.
3 a day.
I'm a big fan of the massage.
but-
so.
Yeah, I love the massage.
But Troy,
too.
you're also like, you work hard. This guy ain't doing no manual shit. He doesn't have no issues. Like,
Irrelevant.
many
You can afford it.
Yep.
Get 'em.
Yep. She said Jeffrey does not like to be looked at in the eyes. I wondered who these people were. We've heard this from like mega stars.
Yeah.
This is like a Madonna or a
oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
You always
like,
hear that, like,
shit like that.
don't look at them in the eye.
The Queen, whatever. Don't look him in the eyes. You should never look at his eyes. Look at another part of the room and answer him. She did remember Prince, Andrew. He remembered the Duke of York visiting the mansion 2 or 3 times while he was there. Andrew was memorable because he was so polite. He was the only one of Epstein's guests to leave him a tip ever.
Oh, that a boy.
Yeah.
Well, that's something. He may have been banging 14-year-olds, but he left a tip.
Yeah.
So, well,
A stand-up guy.
a different tip, but
Stand-up guy.
What if he tipped her?
Oh, boy.
just
Dick
a tip.
tipped her.
Get it, guys?
Here's
Sucks.
that was your dick tip. Here is your regular tip. So there was a podcast that this guy did with Virginia Roberts at one point a couple of years ago. And in the podcast, Alessi said that relationship between Epstein and her, I never understood. And Virginia said, me neither. I asked Maxwell, and then Alessi cut in. I told her many times, I said, Ghislaine, why are you doing this? Why are you staying with this guy? She said, I hate him. I hate him, but I can't leave. I said, why? You have money. Why are you not leaving? Said that relationship was really confusing. He said that Epstein liked, go somewhere else. But yeah, it sounds like, according to this guy, he talked to her about it.
Maybe they had a little dirt on each other, and it was.
What a situation.
Sounds like when they got a little naked and handsy, they were all fucking lovey-dovey, though.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows?
It's just like, and look at, dude, it's a weird deal because in a way,
And that's total hearsay. That's his.
right.
That's his.
And by the way,
words.
like, if you don't believe in an afterlife, then none of this shit technically matters. He died. He had lots of fucking
Right,
fun,
fuck
right?
it. Blow it out while you
But
got
it's
it.
still kind of a crazy deal. Like, it just shows you, like, even though this guy's a billionaire and he's getting, banging hot chicks, they're still in this relationship where she doesn't fucking like him. She hates him. They, have this situation going on. I don't know,
Yeah, he's
man.
a billionaire.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it's a whole other world.
That's where Mike, when you're talking down that the other day, we were talking when I was here last a little bit about some of that idea of, like, these billionaires, do you need $300 billion and all this shit? And it's like,
Yeah.
they always try to tell you, like, well, just work harder. And it's like, dude, to a certain point, this guy ain't working hard.
No.
Getting 3 he made some money at one point, whether it's bribery. I don't exactly know where.
There's a lot of questions about where Jeff Epstein
Where
got
it
his
came
money
from.
because
Right.
he's a finance guy.
Yeah.
That's what, and I think he was a professor too.
Yes,
So
he
it's not that he didn't have some background, but there's thought out there because a lot of his wealth and where it came from is just kind of buried. No one really knows. No one talks about it. But there's some belief that wealthy men invested in him, knowing, like, keeping that afloat. Like, this guy was the guard to the Lolita Express, underage bitches, us being able to live out our wildest fantasies. So just fund him. Who gives a shit? It's just money.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the ringleader of all the
Pedo Island.
Pedo Island stuff. Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you think he committed suicide?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. I know. I figured I'd throw it out there.
Anyone?
No.
I asked my one friends one time.
It's one of those classic ones where it was like, he's in jail. The very next show he did was like, how long till he commits suicide in jail?
Like Clinton's himself.
Yeah, right. Till he becomes one of the Clinton body count. Like, we were joking about it the next fucking day, and it was what? No time later.
I remember asking.
Oh, it's crazy. He committed suicide.
I asked my friends one time. I said, "What do you believe more, that O.J. Simpson's innocent, or that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?" And it's like, dude, I would be more to believe that O.J. somehow didn't kill those people than I believe that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Does that make? Did I say that right?
Well, I think we know where you're
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah. We all understand
Yeah.
where you are. So
I think.
I
would go
don't
the
know how
opposite.
that you said it
I'm pretty
properly.
fucking sure OJ killed him. So I'm pretty sure Epstein didn't kill himself, but at least there's a possibility.
I'm just saying, on my end, dude, I'm have to believe OJ more than I believe the Epstein.
It's like
story.
100% to 99%, but
Yeah.
it's
Just go read the O.J. Simpson "If I Did It" book.
right.
Yeah, but dude,
How I did it. I mean, if I did it.
The Goldman's just changed to "I did it." They just made the "if"
Yeah.
super tiny on the book cover.
By the way, to be clear,
That book will clear up anything.
well, so if you look into the fucking Epstein shit, like these guards all of a sudden taking naps, and then the cameras
Oh,
just
yeah.
don't work, and I mean, series of events.
Yeah.
like.
The perfect storm.
Hey T, you want to meet Emeka?
I don't know.
I think you do.
Tell me more.
It's a AI. Okay. This machine is actually real and has been built as the world's most advanced humanoid named Emeka, created in a British lab. It's very realistic movements and facial expressions.
Does it have tits?
No, I think it's a guy one. But
I'm
get
good.
this. Robot manufacturer Promobot is seeking a face for its next humanoid robot, which will be used in hotels, shopping malls, and airports starting in 2023. Firm is offering $200,000 to the brave volunteer who must be willing to transfer the rights to use their face forever.
Oh, I'm in.
They'll give you $200,000.
Yeah.
But they get to use your face on their computer thing forever.
Awesome.
Okay.
Where we go?
How creepy would that be if at some point there's
Promobot.
like a million of you?
They're not going to use my
around.
face.
I know. We all know that.
Well,
It's
But I would do it though.
You
I
would.
would
really
do it.
need to say
100.
the brave pioneer. Like, dude, I can think of 50 people like right now that would do it.
I wish
Hell,
there was
I
still-
would do it.
Yeah.
I'd love to be on a robot.
Sure, that'd be awesome.
Wouldn't that be cool as shit?
Right. Yeah, dude. There's still people out there, man. I tell you.
Although I think ultimately, if your likeness is used infinitely, $200,000 is probably way cheap.
Oh, it is.
Probably, yeah.
for
I agree,
Because
but-
your
But maybe they flame out
likeness,
and it doesn't work. Who knows?
your likeness would become
Synonymous
world
with-
known.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you've sold your soul for $200,000. And
I
you're
know.
being recognized like that would, but you're immortalized too.
Yeah.
You know, E, you're never going to have a hit record.
Right.
You know, T, you're never going to make the fucking basketball squad. I'm sorry.
You don't know.
No offense. Well,
You know-
you have a better chance than him having a hit record. But
I agree that 200,000 in reality is actually not as much as it probably.
how much
should
could
be.
you use $200,000 right now? T?
I would do it in a second though, still, because I just whatever, man. I
I
don't
don't
think
give a
I'll
shit.
be
Use
here
my
that much
face.
longer.
Look at Promobot. Promobot. They're the firm. So in your spare time, E, see if you can get in the running.
Find the application.
Better get a shave in here, get a haircut or something.
I don't know. They can do. It is certainly realistic and at the forefront of its field in terms of its expressions. But the next challenge will be enabling these robots to walk around. Engineered Art said it was still a long way off,
What are
but
they going to be doing at the malls and the airports?
doing the minimum wage jobs.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're planning on putting them in there like 23, 2 years. So what are they going to
Gonna
be
go to a
doing?
hotel and they'll just be checking you in.
Maybe.
Promobot.
Can I just have a kiosk? Do I need some weirdo with an E's
Well,
face
let's see what
checking
he looks
me in?
like. Yeah, with E's face. So this is Amica, right?
Dang it. One second.
I mean, if we had tits and a working vagine, I'd be a little more interested.
Well,
Fuck did it go?
oh Jesus,
You're doing so good.
Troy, you're sniffing around a road, which is where I was going with this.
Oh, sorry to
No,
spoil.
no. Oh, no. You're not spoiling anything. You're great minds. Let's be realistic. I don't need a traffic guard robot
Nope.
and, one that cleans the house, whatever, fine. Wake me up when we can fuck these things.
Yeah, well,
Right, like-
you can. And
Yeah,
that's
but
the
they're
thing now.
Yeah, but wake me up when I can go. Give me the Jennifer Aniston model,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like Jennifer Aniston, and it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna tag this for a year until I get bored.
What
and
the
then
fuck was
I'll-
the
Like a-
name of it
I'll
again?
up-
I
Like a
forget.
lease.
Amica,
Amica, that's it.
AMECA. Isn't that really what this all boils down to? At the end of the day,
I think this was, that's where this is all going.
like when can we get it where it's not an embarrassment, like the blow up doll that's just like. Like you don't want to get caught with that in your bedroom.
Some of the sex dolls I've seen are pretty fucking, I mean, they don't like walk and talk and shit, but they
Right.
look pretty fucking good.
But if you get to a point where it's like, hey, T, have you met Amica? And you're like, God damn, where'd you get her, man? I'd love to go home with her. She's cracking jokes.
Look at the
Look at this one right here. Right here. That's what I was.
That one's taking it in the ass.
That was 1.0.
They're ready to go.
right.
This- by the way, I'm not trying to like.
I
That
think
looks
this
like
is a
chick.
dude one.
That looks like a chick, though, the face, I think, baby. No?
Hit play, E. Let's watch 41 seconds. They're getting pretty fucking good. Okay. I don't care about your rotator cuff.
I don't know.
Right?
This is bad news bears, dude, to me.
Oh, man. Yeah. I've seen this movie. They take over and we lose.
Bad. Look at the eyes blinking and
Yeah.
moving.
This is bad. I'm glad I'm already almost 40.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus
The
Christ,
gasping is creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Just because we can do something doesn't mean we have to.
True.
Look at those eyes, though, dude.
Right? That's weird.
And the finger movements.
Oh, the creepy smile at the end.
Those eyes look more real than mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've got those soulless shark eyes.
Can we give it like a color and not just that awful gray?
Yeah. Dude, they'll paint it.
I know, but
Look at this face over here.
I know that one.
And do we need male ones? Can't we just agree that these all should be female?
Yeah, well, I don't think the females would agree with that, but probably.
Fuck them, dude. They're gonna render the female useless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys better step up your game.
Yeah,
the replacement is coming. The replacement army is on its way.
Honestly,
they don't talk back.
Fast forward 200
They
years.
always put out. They're probably amazing cooks.
You walk in the door and her first response is to come over to you and just drop to her knees and open her mouth.
You can train them however you want it to be.
Right.
I'm sorry, program them.
Yeah, but can you imagine if you had that, like, laughs at all your jokes, never talks back no matter what,
Yeah.
puts out any moment you want, is a great cook, can clean up the house.
You'd still get tired of fucking her.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you
then
could
just
just
get
trade
another
her
one.
in.
And you'd get a new
Put her
one.
on the shelf, sell her to E. He'll be looking at
Right?
used models. He's never
Hand-me-downs.
going to be
Yeah.
able to afford a new model.
Can you imagine Salvation Army in like 10 years?
That guy's going to be standing there. He doesn't know what his future is. He's going to be raped by homeless people.
Crack horror edition.
Right.
The meth head missing a tooth.
That's why it's going to be I've always contended, like, and I'm not the only one to say this, but it'd be, in my opinion, and I've heard other people joke about this, but it'd be the end of society. Because, guys, the reason
It's the end of society.
Yeah.
The reason to do things is to, like, the reason to have the money, the reason to clean yourself up at all is
Yeah.
so you can find a chick, and then she'll also keep banging. Like, once you just have the fucking robot over there, that if it feels even half as good, no, let's say half. It's got to be at least half as
No,
good.
let's say they nail it.
Okay,
Let's say
if they
hit it out of the
nail it,
park.
dude, we're fucked.
It's over.
We're over, dude.
It's over.
I'm just
Who's gonna? Can you imagine your last straggler friend that's holding onto an actual woman, and you're at the party with 8 of your other buddies all have their Amica doll, who's fucking most charming, gorgeous. She's blowing everybody's getting blown in the bathroom every 10 minutes.
I won't have a
and then
job.
here's you in the corner going, "I see you looking at that." I see you looking at the Amica. I bet you wish you had one of those. How many of those fucking arguments are you going to put up with before you're like, bitch, bye-bye?
And I won't need to do
Goodbye.
shit. All I need to do is save up. I'll work a job. If they got it down, like you said, they got it down pat, where it's good, save up at one point for a year or so, buy myself a good sex bot, and then I'm just going to fucking sit in a corner. I don't fucking care at that point. Just bang that chick. What's the difference? What else do I need to do?
I mean, how fun would that be? Just go to a party and be like, boys, check this out. God, sweetheart, I feel like a blowjob right now. She's like, let's find a room. She just fucking walks away.
No, she doesn't even have to, she wouldn't say, let's find it. It would probably be like, I've already surveyed the house. Room B is most efficient or something like
Cheapest room in the hotel is room 13.
right?
Pick you up and carry you.
Carry you. Carries you, sets you down in the room, unbuttons your pants.
Bathroom on second floor is unoccupied.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, your buddy fucking Bill is downstairs with his actual girl.
Well, there's gonna be
who's
no
fucking
party.
The
bitching.
silent treatment.
This is sexist. This is bullshit. What, you think this robot was built just to blow your friend? Yeah, I do.
Specifically.
It cleans his house.
I
It takes
special
anal
ordered it
without
that
bitching.
way.
It's not for special occasions only. That fucking bitch cooks everything. It knows how to cook literally everything and shop. And it's the greatest sex you've ever had.
Mike, for
and
one.
when I come in 3 seconds, it's not going to fucking shame me for it. How about that? How about
big,
that?
Your big problem in this scenario is that the idea that people are going to parties, or that if they were at the parties, they'd be making small talk because they'd just be fucking their bots. Like they're not going. Why are they going to the party if they already got the bot to fuck?
What would you do? Would you have this charming bot wife, girlfriend hanging out with you and your friends and their bot wives? Or would you just be like, check them like coats in the closet? Then you and your boys just have
Grab
a
it when you leave.
raging good
Why
time.
would you even take it? Why would you to drive. Duh.
right, there you go.
And you never know when
Just
you
go
get
to
a
the
little frisky in the middle of like
Right.
Yeah, so you can get blown in the middle of the party.
Well, there you go. You're right. You go to the Super Bowl party. You bring your bot. All houses will now just have a bot, like a bot room, like a coat room.
Yeah.
Your bots will sit there. You'll watch the game. You'll get loaded.
Listen.
Then you'll drive home with your bot.
You guys are fucking missing it, man. Their AI. They're going to evolve.
Oh, it's
And then they're going to turn cunty. And they're going to piss us off.
Yeah.
And they're going to start banding together.
Yeah.
And then they're going to start, they're going to
Well, the
stop
bots-
putting out.
Troy, there's going to be a brilliant window for
There's
going to
be a great time.
Yeah, like a year.
Until they
That
figure it
window?
out. Yeah.
Oh,
That's hopefully happens in our lifetime.
What if you got to the point where the bots were bitching at you? They didn't have good enough stuff. They're like, "This is." I've talked to the other bots, and their houses
shut
don't.
the bot off.
Their houses don't look like
Yeah.
this.
We've got to have a kill switch on our bots.
100%.
We need my Amica's got to have a kill switch.
Yeah.
So she starts getting even a hint. And by the way, once we start having these things around and get used to the idea that no bitch is chirping in your ear,
Yeah.
even the slightest hint of cuntiness out of her, like, "Are you sure you should be eating that for dinner?" Fuck you.
I'm going to
flip that switch.
I'm going to put it right on her left cheek. Shut her down.
Slap that off button.
well, that's why you would.
Don't you think a salad would be better for dinner tonight, honey? Ha ha ha. Fuck you.
That's it for you tonight.
Well, that's why I see that's the deal.
Reboot.
At first, they'd probably be really expensive, like when flat screens were
Hard
new.
restart.
All right, yep.
At first, they'd be real expensive, like with flat screens. But see, that's where you'd get to this point. Eventually, like 2 years later, then you get where you could get like a 4-pack.
Yeah.
And that's where you'd be able to do that.
Get the
move. Like,
Vizio version of the
Because then you're right, one lip, she's out.
Yeah.
Restarts up the other one, be like, fuck, I only got one left. I better go back to the store.
Do you have Sophia? Can we see?
Oh, yeah.
Remember Sophia?
This is where it's really going, though.
Yeah. Well, this is the chick version. They got to put some hair on her.
Yeah.
Because if she had a nice,
She already
nice
looks
head of
bitchy.
hair.
Did you hear this, Troy, back in the day at all? Or
I don't think so.
there's some troublesome.
Yeah, there's some troublesome things in here.
Yeah.
This is why you got to get in on Gen 1, get in the early stages before these things turn on us. Which they will do.
I'm only one. Still, I have a long ways to go.
And what is your job?
I really want to make a difference in the future and try and help people to develop empathy and respect each other and robots alike. What do you do?
I'm a journalist. Have you met many journalists?
I just had a thought about something. Are you working on any products with machine learning or neural networks?
No, I said I'm a journalist, bitch.
Not today. Do you like human beings?
Here we go. Any day now.
Oh,
I
it's
love
like
them.
fucking crazy.
I love them.
Why do you love them?
Oh, the crazy eyes.
Oh, boy. Slap her left cheek.
I'm not sure I understand why yet.
How do you learn?
Wait, what was that answer?
Do we need the teeth, by the way?
It just
Seems problematic.
It's cosmetic.
If they're
What are your
retractable.
opinions on the Bitcoin bubble?
That's not the question. That's not the
No.
Do you regard yourself as male or female?
Female.
Oh, that creepy smile.
I
Why
know.
do you think you are female?
I have
Great
the gene.
tits. Vagine.
I'm a robot, so technically I have no gender, but I identify as feminine, and I don't mind being perceived as a woman.
And then a smile.
That's a good answer.
It's a great answer.
Have you seen Blade Runner?
Blade Runner, like the original book by Philip K. Dick, or the movie.
The movie.
How about
All right, so we're talking about the movie version. I like
Yeah,
both of
Google.
them very much, but there are some major differences in the story. Did you ever see yourself?
By the way,
hanging out
journalist,
with
how about a
real-
follow up to that question about humans, huh? How about
Yeah.
moving on to Philip K. Dick questions and shit? Like, oh, whoa. What about that thing?
Hold on.
about
Do we really want our women knowing everything?
Everything.
Everything? Like having the whole everything uploaded into their database?
Yeah.
They don't already?
No, I like them kind of dumb. I'm not going to lie. No offense, babe. Love you.
Yeah, it's. I think one of the things that bothered me about I think it was Sophia, and one of the people interviewing her asked about. Oh, there's lots of troubling things, but they'll work on that. We're ways away.
That question about the
And
humans.
that's pretty.
No.
All things considered, aside from the creepiness of it, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's not bad.
No, you throw a wig on that, it's not terrible.
I'd like to feel the tits
Yeah.
and the ass to see what we got going on there. Wouldn't you? E?
Yeah,
I know T would.
I hope it's not a like a 4-year-old virgin. So remember when 4-year-old virgin when Steve Carell had he never touched a
good.
tit before,
Compared it
and
to
they asked him
sand
like
in a tube sock or something.
yeah, they're sitting around the poker table. He's like, yeah, I've felt tits before or
Yeah,
something.
it's like sand in a nylon or
I
something.
mean, I know you got to charge the battery on this thing. You got to refill like the lube tube, or how's this thing work?
Oh, it's gonna run out. Yeah, she's not
Eventually.
generating lube.
Would you be charging your battery of your sex spot or your car at the same time? Are they both just in the garage with your new electric car as well, or same
Here's-
time?
She's 110.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not a 220. I did hear one disturbing thing she said, and it was something about what she does for her job, and she's like,
Trying to be the betterment of humankind.
yeah, better, blah 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 blah. And then she makes some, maybe it was a joke. I don't know if she came up with it on the fly, something about at least I don't have to do housework, ha ha ha, something like that. I was like, oh,
red flag.
whoa,
Red
whoa,
flag.
whoa.
What the fuck you think we're doing here?
Wait a minute.
You're
think
like the Roomba 3.0. What do you
Yeah,
mean you don't
right.
have to fucking clean?
Yeah, hold on.
the
You don't
shit?
you don't get to make those decisions.
Oh.
I retire for the night. You're a fucking robot. You clean all night. You don't get to go to the closet and take a nap.
What happens when you get female programmers involved here?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you're not cleaning for him.
At least I don't have to clean up and do housework.
Fucking Rosie,
The fuck
Jesus
you don't.
Christ, dude! Like, what are you talking? about?
Standard.
I guess you don't live
Did
here.
you watch
then.
George Jetson and all your shit? Like,
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. They really should put some hair in it.
They
But,
really
you
do.
know,
Yeah, that creeps me out. That
they're moving up. Do you think our lifetimes will have fuckable ones that we can replace women with?
yes.
Yeah, in our lifetimes.
Oh, to replace
Well-
women. No, these will replace women.
in full. No, we'll get to the
like
point
a
of
full AI type of
Yeah,
interaction.
they can walk around, talk, is cool, is hot, loves to bang.
I mean,
Never
I could
talks
see
back.
it. I could see it in 10 years. I could
10
see it.
years?
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
it in 10 years
Yeah.
for sure. The way technology is
I know they act like we're
leapfrogging itself.
decades away, but dude,
Not really. I mean, it depends on how realistic you're
how
expecting
soon
it to
before
be.
it's not an embarrassment to have one like you fucking loser? You had to buy a blow up doll.
It's only an embarrassment when it's everybody's not doing it. If everybody just had a blow up doll right now, it wouldn't be an embarrassment.
right. Like I want to
So-
take mine to dinner. I mean, she's just gonna sit
If
there. and
everybody
watch
was just
me
walking
eat,
around
but-
with just a shitty one that just gave great head all day, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be weird at all.
yeah. Well, I want to get to that point.
to blow you.
When's it going to be where? When's it going to be like that awesome and reasonably leasable? 2-year lease on one, trade it in like a car. Every couple of years, you get the new model.
I don't know, man.
And
like
it's
I said,
$500
I
a
bet you
month,
there's something
$1,000 a
workable in 10 years. It may be
I
like
bet they
that.
already got them that kind of can do it now. They're just not
Right.
like cheap enough. Or
Exactly.
they don't, like I
they
bet
have to be right.
I bet you could get a
affordable.
good blowjob right now.
It's like
from some of
the
these
first,
places.
large screen TV, big screen, like $10,000 TV.
They're there, dude. Over in China, dude, they were fucking perverted as fuck. You get some of those dudes over there that already got fuckable sex dolls. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I don't know. I just want to get to the point when it's like just common. Yeah, of course. Everyone's got one. They're great.
Yeah,
Great.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I got a question. Does your money work as hard as you do?
Nope.
You're going to spend up to 45 years waiting for your sex doll and working to support your lifestyle. Provide for your family and set aside money for retirement and a sex doll. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you if you don't have a plan? Call Mark and Jay at LPL Financial and make sure your money is working as hard as you do. Call them today at 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
All right. Should we knock out a couple of emails? Get out of here. We
right.
got to rest up. We got a big game tomorrow
We do.
to be up for. Did I read this one the other day?
I don't know. What is it?
It makes sense now. I see why T-Roy was so defensive about those parental failures in Chicago.
We did not read this.
He must have felt obligated since his daughter is woke. I understand now, but there's a key difference here. Troy's daughter is grown. She's not 7 and roaming the streets of Chicago, holding up liquor stores and doing drive-bys.
Hi, James.
Actually, that girl was 13, or that kid was 13, I believe, not 7. But I get his point. Even though he may have failed a bit somewhere with her, he's still parenting by having a discussion about her ignorance. That's a win. Keep up the good work.
Thanks. Okay, I appreciate it.
Hey, Mike. shows have been great, but there was something about today's show. This is going back from a couple days ago.
Okay.
Well, I wonder what this is going to be.
Oh boy.
Something about today's show that was far better. I can't quite put my finger on what's different,
Could be anything.
but keep it up just the way it was today with Love Bone Job.
Does he mean today?
No, he means the last show that we did
Last
Monday,
weekend.
I guess.
No, I think
no,
you're thinking
Tuesday.
about Wednesday.
Tuesday. We did we do a
Wednesday.
show Tuesday?
Wednesday. You're thinking. I
don't even know
believe.
what day it is. We didn't. I don't know.
Oh yeah, did we do Wednesday and Friday?
We did Wednesday and today. Monday,
He's
Wednesday,
talking
today.
about Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mike and gang. Medical
We're a
questions.
gang now.
Yeah. Yes, it is the very male Mackenzie. Sending my regards yet again. Just
Hey,
so you
Mac.
know, the titty pick offer is still on the table if you so choose. We don't want a titty pick from you, Mac. Sorry. I wanted to share one of my many stories. One of the many stories I have from my time working in the ortho wing at Beaumont Troy back in the day. I was a nurse tech at the time.
Wow.
On my last day in the
Still,
department.
right? Are we sure this is a dude?
I know Mackenzie
I know.
working in the nurse
That
ward.
girly
this
name really
maybe-
went a long way.
He ran with it.
Right. Maybe it's a dude now.
On my last day in the department, I was assigned to a safety sitter role for a patient going through benzo withdrawal. And let me tell you, it was a doozy. I stand at 6'2", around 225 at the time, and the patient was maybe 5'4", $150, soaking wet. He decided he was pissed at us, hallucinating the entire time, thinking we were keeping him prisoner, and decided to charge at me and try to beat me up. I caught him in the crook of my arm, think headlock position, and immediately wondered what this guy's end game was. Once I came back to my senses and realized this man had just had a cervical fusion neck surgery, I tossed him back onto the bed and just used my weight to hold him down, asking him what his next move was. Luckily, one of my coworkers already phoned security, who came up to the room and with restraints to secure the patient, and we gave him some night-night juice so he wouldn't keep being a problem. The moral of the story is make sure you're honest with your docs before any major procedure so they at least know how to keep you snowed out the entire time so people like me don't have to have stressful days working on the floor. I do look back and miss my time working strictly clinical, but after transitioning away from my clinical role,
Told you.
I knew you're not picking up on
Oh, it's all there.
What a,
It's all
there's
there.
a lot of like clues in the. I'm following the breadcrumbs.
I love that I don't have to deal with bodily fluids getting on me every day. Yeah, I remember Beth saying that. Like you just have some old woman just stand up while you're standing in the room and just piss all over the floor. Like,
Oh, good stuff.
yeah, clean it up.
I could never do it, man.
People that deal with
I don't even
old
like
people
my own
are
They're
saints.
unbelievable.
blood and
Saints.
stuff.
Saints.
True.
It's going to be too bad that they get written out of society when our dolls get here, but
Yeah.
so be it.
Yeah, the dolls won't give a fuck.
No, and they'll clean that piss right up.
Right.
Damn right.
Also, I frequently view one of the Facebook fan pages for the freshest memes to send to my friends because they're some of the most vile things I could ever even dream to come up with on my own. In other words, thank you to all the monsters who contribute. Hugs and kisses, boys. Loving my freeze worth.
Jeez, another
Mac.
little. I don't know.
Did he sign it, Mac?
Yeah, he did.
All right, attaboy.
Signed it back.
Attaboy. I like it.
We'll
But
kill
I
it there.
I do have questions.
I could have done the story on the woman on a Delta flight from New York to Georgia who decided to breastfeed her hairless cat. Yeah.
I saw something of that. I thought for sure
Yeah.
we would have touched on
You know
that.
what the problem is with this story? I don't buy it.
I mean, you,
How do you start breastfeeding a fucking hairless cat in this world today and nobody has a picture of it or video of it?
Yeah,
Does that sound possible?
that's crazy.
But dude, on the system on the plane, like when they're transmitting back to the tower, like that is in there. Like we've got a passenger, we're gonna need like they call it something like the red coats or something. We need code red at the gate. When we land, we've got a passenger breastfeeding her cat. Blah blah blah. So it's in there and I saw the screenshot of that.
there's a lot of going on there. The
Yeah.
hairless cat, of all things, too. I mean,
Yeah.
do prefer the cat hairless, but is it a baby cat? Was she lactating? Was the cat just maybe she just like the rough tongue on the nipples?
I don't know. She had it swaddled up in a blanket so it looked like a baby. Her shirt was up and she was trying to get the cat to latch, and she wouldn't put the cat back in the carrier, and the cat was screaming for its life.
Oh my God.
It's unclear what happened to the cat mom once the plane touched down in Atlanta, but security did get involved. Delta did put out a statement.
We do not condone
According to the airline's website,
titty feeding hairless cats.
Delta fully supports a woman's right to breastfeed on board Delta and Delta Connection aircraft and in Delta facilities. I don't think that's quite the same
Of course,
thing.
as long as it's not, a cat.
A cat. And a hairless one.
Those teeth, that fucking rough tongue.
Yeah,
Oh my
they
God.
wouldn't be gentle.
She's a freak, I think. I think she's just a fucking freak.
I still want to see what those titties look like.
Yeah.
There's something about it. They're probably absolute disasters.
Probably, engorged.
Yeah.
She's
But
one of
if,
those ones that'll like shoot it across the room, squeeze them out.
But don't you think it's fair that any time a woman publicly displays a titty, like, I want to see it.
Yeah, of course.
I don't care what shape it's in.
No, let me be the judge of it.
Yeah.
If you were at a festival and one of those chicks came up and started squeezing titty juice out, would you?
He'd puke.
No,
take
that'd
it
be
from
fine.
the-
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, would you take it right from the tap?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
drink milk from the tap?
If I was, if in his situation where he's talking about, I was at one of these festivals and they just came out with their titty and started throwing milk in my, I would.
Right on.
Okay.
Attaboy.
Interesting.
Nice. Good to know.
Pee,
I'm going to peg that
but
out.
Oh, yeah.
that I
Good
would
question.
do. I like boobies.
All right.
And on that note,
Yeah, we'll leave you with Isis likes boobies.
This just in.
there you go.
Hey,
it's the least gross thing on a woman's body.
Yeah.
I agree.
Don't like the vagina. God knows he doesn't like that. Hey, have a great weekend, everybody. Go blue. How exciting.
Go blue.
Oh, let me put my hat back on.
Put it
Yeah,
on.
put your hat back on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There you go. Make it official.
I watched every game last year in that horrid 1 in 5 season, or I
don't know if I watched the game
whatever
last
it was.
year.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Horrible. So we deserve this. I hope they
I know I do.
ball out tomorrow. Yeah, welcome back to the team. So,
Don't fuck this up for us, E.
E, I'm telling you, I'm blaming you 100% if they
Right.
get shellacked tomorrow.
Okay.
So good luck to them. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll do it again next week. We'll see you then.